Hello, hello, and welcome. This is Jamie Light working your way through the unknown. You have joined us on this YouTube channel. This month we have the May Angels Outlook. And what this is, if you guys are new, this is a universal angel reading for the collective. Gives an overhead kind of summary of what to potentially expect and or um, you know, depending on what the message is, we won't necessarily want to expect it. But when we see signs of these things happening, we go, okay, wait a minute. The angels told me this might be in my path, and they gave some suggestions on ways that I could work with this energy to better my path forward. So that's what we do here. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up your cards for the month of May. The Angel's Outlook. Now I've already cleared the space and cleared the room, cleared the cards, all the things. And any of you at home, just a reminder, always clear your cards, clear your space, set the stage, set the intention before you do that so that, only the highest and best comes through. All right. So, all right. So for May, let's start from the top here. The angels are saying that on some level you may be having trouble this month making a decision. Um, Either being unwilling or not trusting your gut. It may be a hard decision. It may be a decision where you can't necessarily control the outcome or expect the outcome. It could trigger some things in you. But either way, we want to call in the angels and we need to take action this month. We need to make a decision before the universe kind of makes a decision for us in that way. The card also speaks to stalemates and also the horse blinders, pretending that there's not a problem. And I'm just going to keep going forward and pretend that there's not a problem. We never want to do that. As scary as it might be, if we ask the angels for help, they will come and help us. Our guides, our spirit guides, our past loved ones, universe, whoever you want to speak to up there, whoever you have a good communication with, they will help us, but we have to ask. We have to ask for the help and say, you know what, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure. I'm filled with, kind of the ego mind fears and the fear of not being able to control the situation. So show me what steps I need to take to bring more ease, to bring more joy, to bring more abundance, to align with what my path is right now. So don't be afraid. Ask them for help, and it's time to make decisions. Um, Second one is speaking to fears surrounding money. So perhaps this decision has to do with career or investments, some sort of moves there that pertain specifically to finances and abundance and money in all its shapes and forms. So it speaks to fear of that going on. So if right now at home you're listening to this and it resonates, pay attention here. Um, Take this as a little extra, kind of push to talk to your angels about this. They set you up with these things so that you don't get smacked in the face with a surprise. You know what I mean? The next one is life experience. We're asking Archangel Chamuel to come in and help us with this. Now, Chamuel is the angel of finding lost things. Anything from lost keys to losing yourself, you know, in individuals and relationships and jobs and things like that. So he does help with that sort of thing. So feel free to call upon him at this time to help you with this. It also brings up a somewhat significant life event that could be happening this month, but also that powerful revelations can lead to positive change. So we want to keep our mind's eye open, our open mind. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And the mind's eye. Yeah, intuition as well. So keep it all open for this sort of thing. Pay attention to your signs, pay attention to things that are going on. There's some important information happening this month, some shifts, some changes. And if you've been following along with me for the past, few weeks, we've been going through a lot of planetary stuff. A lot of energy has been very active, very forward moving. We had very Taurus energy, and then we brought in some more stabilizing or very active Aries energy. Sorry about that, and then stabilizing with the Taurus energy to kind of lock in some changes and further the path along. They also say that it is time to spread your wings. Don't be scared to go beyond your comfort zone this month, okay? Um, they're literally telling you to go ahead and do it. So they are watching. You're not alone. You're fully supported by the universe. You want to increase your communication. When fear comes up, I always say, okay, I know what that is. I'm identifying it. Now I'm going to connect with you guys and say, okay, help me with this. Help me with this unknown, this fear. Show me some signs that we are co-creating, that I'm not alone in this. And it really does help. The next card speaks to being careful with these decisions. All right, something's going on this month with some big decisions because they're talking all about that. They want you to learn what you can from what has already transpired and perhaps the lessons you've learned and experiences and things like that, and take all of that into account when making these big decisions this month or being presented with potentials. We'll put it that way. Options, perhaps, to go this way or that way, to increase this, to decrease this, to delegate this, to take more charge here. Something's going on. So we want to pay attention. When they have this many cards leaning towards that, it's definitely something to take a breath and examine what's going on and be proactive with our actions and with our thoughts and where we need to have a mindset reframe, anything like that. The last card speaks to synchronicities. It's a little lighter card. And as we're just mentioning, pay attention to the signs that you see. Your prayers and answers are being answered by synchronistic events. So, you've all probably heard there's no coincidences, there's synchronicities, right? So if something seems like it's a coincidence, like, boy, that's weird. That really kind of seems like it's talking about something that's going on. That's weird, right? Pay attention. It's not by accident. They're sending you signs in different ways. And if you miss them, you can always ask again and say, I think I know I asked and I know I was heard. I know you're helping me, but I totally missed your sign. Okay. Can you send it again? And they don't mind doing that. They will continue to send it. The angels are here to help you with this. Yes, notice them to increase their flow is the other two words on that. So, lastly, when you do click, you say, I know that was a sign. I feel it. I feel it in my gut, so to speak. My intuitive antenna has gone off and said, that is out of the ordinary. That is something specifically for me. Thank them. Say, thank you. I received that clearly. Thank you. If you'd like to send more like that, keep the language going there. You are building your language with them, the ways, and they appreciate receiving feedback. If it was clear to you, if that's a good way, and they're like, okay, great. We're going to mark that as a way to definitely send messages to them because they are able to pick those up. And it will grow over time the more that you do this. Meditation, deep theta meditation, where you're able to get into altered state. It's 20 minutes or longer, typically, is when you kind of shift into that state. The more of that you can do this month. And invite the angels in, get your mind quiet, choose particular tracks, whether they are guided or particular tones or frequencies. Choose those that help kick you into an altered state to communicate with your guides. And once you're out there, ask them for clarity on situations. And then anything that you receive, immediately write it down when you're back out of the meditation, even if it's an animal or a flower or anything, because, it's interesting. I've had students from time to time say, well, my mind just could have thought of that, pink elephant. It could have, or, a black horse or a brown horse or, a white rabbit could have thought of anything, but it chose the pink elephant. So there's a reason for that. So whether it is spirit guides or your psyche, your higher self, the your child self, some part of you that is bringing awareness to it, it's still important data to work with, no matter which source it's coming from. It's important. So either some part of you already knows that, or they're divinely giving you that information to add to. So don't discount anything that you get in there. Note it down. I love the spirit journal, guys. So if you keep your spirit journal, you can write these things down, and you may not know what it means, and that's okay because you have plenty of time to work on it, try to figure it out, maybe do a little research, what typically spiritually these things mean. And the more meditation and more interactions you have, you'll get more pieces to that puzzle and you'll see exactly what they're trying to lay out for you. We also want to say a little prayer out to the universe to allow us to release our ego mind fears during these decision-making times during this month, and to really connect in with our path and align with the highest and best for this month. So we don't want to bring about any fear, but we want to be aware and ready when things come up that have a call for action, that need something to be done on your end, some steps to be taken, because you don't want the universe to make the decision for you, because that's typically not a very pleasant thing. We'll put it that way. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this Angels Outlook for May. And I will see you online, see you on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all the places. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up on the websites. If you would like a further personal reading, a more in-depth reading just for you, and your guides through there, hit me up on the website. Let's schedule. We could do Zoom. We can do some in person if you're local. I have some events at a local shop as well on Friday. So there's always space and a place to connect with you. So don't be shy. Hit me up. I will see you next time.